Hey guys, welcome to Mikey's Video Game Madness. Today we're playing the HD remake of No More Heroes on the PlayStation 3. This was originally a motion-controlled Wii game. This is really made for the PlayStation Move, but I actually waited to pick this up because you can play this game with a DualShock controller, and on some reviews they're like, you need a PlayStation Move, but you don't. You can play this game with a controller. That's why I picked it up, because since this is an action title, like, I just think that motion controls after a while, at least for me, start to hurt my wrist and probably advance any symptoms that I might have of carpal tunnel syndrome. And I think since this is based on a Wii title, the graphics are super sharp. I might have to adjust the camera axis later, since this is a Japanese title. For whatever reason, sometimes when you have like camera controls, like with a lot of Japanese games, they're inverted. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. They used to do it a lot with American games too, like on PlayStation 2 games, but by the time they got to the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 generation, like, everything was basically not inverted when it came to camera controls and first-person controls. Some people like it inverted. I mean, I think that option should always be there, but I don't think it should be the default option. That's just me. I've heard people complain about not being able to play with inverted controls before, so it's not unheard of. So I played this originally on the Wii, and I did play the demo. This is the first time I'm actually playing the full game on PlayStation 3. I actually bought this yesterday. This is the first time I'm playing it. I didn't have time to play it yesterday. You only have two options. I'll just pick Sweet, because I forgot how this game controlled with a DualShock. So I love the art style of this game. It's a little bit simplistic, but it works. It looks cool to me. It kind of reminds me of like anime meeting old 80s computer generated CGI. And it has like this weird quirky attitude. And the story's presentation's kind of weird and bizarre, and I like it. The story's just zany, insane, and I wish they would have released the second one on PlayStation 3. The second one's considered a better game. I never personally got to play it because I don't like motion controls, and I thought the Wii was kind of not the best platform, because once it has the Wii Motion Plus on connected, like, I don't think the Wii Remote's that responsive, at least with me, because I move the controller too fast a lot of times, and it doesn't always pick up my movement. There's only a very few handful of games on the Wii that I actually thought motion controls were appropriate for. So if you haven't been reading the subtitles, basically this game's all about raking up to be the #1 assassin by assassinating everybody else. Sorry. Apparently this has some elements from No More Heroes 2, but I haven't played No More Heroes 2, so I can't tell you. This is the first time I've actually played the full game of No More Heroes on PlayStation 3. I've played the full game of the Wii version. I never got to play 2 because I kind of held off hoping it would come out on PlayStation 3, but it hasn't. So if I get really into this one, I might suck it up and get No More Heroes 2 for the Wii. But I just remember being frustrated with the motion controls. But I read they fixed it, but like I've said in the past, I take reviews with a grain of salt. I have to play a game for myself before I decide, but I'm basing it on my experiences of No More Heroes on the Wii, so this controller is vibrating like crazy. One unique thing I remember when you got phone calls on the Wii version, I thought it was kind of cool, and they do it with the PlayStation 4 because it has a speaker in the remote. I don't know if the PlayStation Move has a speaker on there. If you have a PlayStation Move, you could let me know, or I could just look it up. I was just looking for an excuse for people to leave comments. I said on my other video, I'm extremely tired. We've been having our roof replaced, and I'm like loaded on caffeine and coffee, which is the perfect time to make videos, right? When you're out of it. And this has been going on for a while, so if I've said that a lot in my videos, it's because it's going on for a while. And I record more than one video like a day, so a lot of times when even though like I'll post the videos on different days or every other day, like a lot of times the videos are actually recorded on the same day. They still force some motion controls on the 6-axis controller, DualShock 3 actually, that has 6-axis function. They're not really used that often in modern games. Although this had a fairly recent release. It came out like a year or so ago. Probably like a couple years ago. But they still, I guess since it was made for the Move, they're trying to emulate the Wii a little bit. But I like how they actually added regular controls. You have to be happy with that. If it didn't, I probably would never have gotten this game. I have no intention of buying a Move. Though the Move would be fun for like light gun games. Press the L2 button to lock on. You could just say L2 to block, and that would be it. We could go on to the next thing, but I guess you need to say it over and over again as many different ways as you possibly can. Okay, I get it. Even though this game isn't a graphics powerhouse, I do definitely notice the difference in the sharpness between the Wii version. It looks really nice. Push R3, okay. I think this makes them explode or something. I can't remember. So if you haven't guessed already, this is pretty much a hack and slash game. But a very stylized one. Otherwise, I don't think this game would be that special. Sometimes it's style over substance, and this is definitely one of the games that do that. I didn't do it fast enough. To me, I'm sure the motion controls are more accurate on the PlayStation Move, but like sections like these, I'm trying to perform it on the Wii. Sometimes if you move the controller really fast, especially if you're playing an action game, you're going to do it unintentionally. The Wii didn't always pick up on what you were doing. That's kind of why they came out with the Wii Motion Plus, but most games didn't utilize the feature. So much easier to flick the analog stick. I just wish when it came to recharging your little lightsaber thing that kind of looks like a fluorescent light tube, like you didn't have to physically shake the controller. Okay, I got you. They're over-explaining it. There's more to learn. Okay. Holy crap, I do not remember this much stuff being in this game. Is he charged or what? What's going on here? To perform a charge, beat, hold, and then releasing. Whatever that was. Hopefully I won't be required to use that mode. It's just easier to dispose of you that way. What else could you possibly teach me? Okay. All you need to tell me to do is to hold this button down and release it. You don't have to tell me all this fucking shit I don't need to know. He said, I don't feel so good, and he's like in half. Apparently he still had the ability to communicate despite his current condition. I like how they stand there and wait like an old school beat 'em up. Come on, why don't you guys stand in front of this so I can feel good about myself? He looks like the judge from Roger Rabbit. He's all flexible when he's in half. So much better than using the Wii controls, I swear. I imagine the move might make this game more fun, and this came out after No More Heroes 2, so it's probably more refined. It's the end of the tutorial. Well, thank goodness for that. Here, you can see what the status screen looks like. Like I'm rude, and while I'm rude below, I know. Excuse me. There you go. Stun you, grab you, push these, do this, slam me down. If this game wasn't so stylized, it'd definitely be an average game. This is a very niche title. The bosses in this game are super hard. The enemies don't really give you too much trouble. I'm gonna say that and they're gonna end up kicking my ass. In between levels you have to do odd jobs. I'm telling you all this shit because I don't know how much time it's gonna take to finish this level. Ooh, the thing's not using as much power as I thought it would. I like the old school 8-bit vibe that it has. It does it more so in the sequel, but the mini games and stuff, at least from what I've seen, like in videos, like the mini games are like interpretations of like old school 8-bit games. I was hoping to come out instead of like just this one game, since both games are already released and was coming out on a Blu-ray disc. I was hoping they'd like come out with like a collection. But wish in one hand, shit in other. See which one gets filled up first. My grandfather always used to say that, but since he was my grandfather, he didn't say shit. He said mess. Because he was talking to his grandson. Got a gift for you that apparently I couldn't deliver. Yeah, I don't think they like me too much. Apparently, if you push in the R3 stick without anything else going on, it switches your camera angle. Because I keep on pushing it by accident. Give me the treasure. What button do I have to press to open this thing up? I got trading cards. What? I can't destroy the furniture? I kind of feel gypped. Yes, health. As you can see, the level design isn't the most varied in scenery. At least this level. Looks like the same shit. But again, style over substance. Just not feeling this style. With the levels looking exactly like a damn maze. Three cherries. Don't even know really what it does. So it looks like it gives me a lot of money. I think. Can't be sure. See, I'm not too worried about the enemies, but when you get to a boss battle, you gotta like try every trick in the book, and you gotta be super patient. The bosses mean business in this game. For reals. Not for real. I'm talking reals with a Z. That shit makes it more intense when it has a Z in it. I don't know if you knew that, but now you do. Who said Mikey's video game madness wasn't educational? It wasn't me, because I'm teaching you shit all the time. And if you already knew it, I'm just reinforcing that shit. I've got a gift for you too. It's called Push R3. I feel like you want to be sliced in half. Why would you stab me? You're supposed to wait, you dick. And you weren't supposed to avoid that. I'm gonna keep on trying until I get you too. Yeah, your spleen. Should have thought about that before you attacked me. I thought that was supposed to break your defense. Look at you with all the fancy shit going on. Oh no. I should get a slice of pizza for that. Uh-oh. A very Lego-like exclamation point. It must mean something serious is about to go down. Perhaps it's a checkpoint. I didn't push it fast enough. I hate it when games either expect me to push a button or spin my analog sticks around really fast, and I don't know why, but I feel like me saying spinning my analog stick really fast sounds like some sort of sexual innuendo, and if it does, I apologize. It wasn't my intention, but I felt kind of awkward when I said it. So maybe my intuition is telling me that it was. But I don't like it when it makes you spin the analog sticks, because I don't like the analog sticks to be loose. That even sounded kind of innuendish. You really can't talk about analog sticks without going into that territory, apparently. But like, the minute the analog sticks on the controller start to get loose, again, I apologize. Like, I'll go out and buy another controller. I can't stand the shit to not feel like it controls precise. Especially with first-person shooters. 3D games you can kind of get away with more. But if you have to be precise with like a first-person shooter, it's more difficult. The Xbox actually has really good analog sticks on their controller. The problem is with the Xbox 360, and maybe some people don't experience it, but I've gone through 3 fucking... Well, if I count my old Xbox, like maybe 6 Xbox 360 controllers in my lifetime. I don't know how the new one is, the Xbox One, because I haven't owned it. But the analog sticks drift after you use them for a while. What I mean by drifting is they don't center all the way, and like if you slightly move the stick in like a certain direction, it'll stay in that direction and not completely center itself, and it'll start making the controller go to whatever angle that the controller analog stick is slightly positioned at. A good thing about Sony controllers is that if you ever come across that problem, you can twirl the analog stick around. It'll automatically modify the parameters to make up for the looseness of this analog stick. It'll recalibrate it for you, essentially, which I really like. So I've never come across that. But when the analog sticks are brand new on the Xbox 360, I absolutely love those analog sticks the best. Although PlayStation 4 is vastly improved the analog sticks, where I like them almost as much as the Xbox 360, and I haven't had enough time for the Xbox One to have any sort of opinion about it. I played Forza 5 for like maybe 5 minutes, but it seemed like it was as good as the Xbox 360, and I do like the texture on the analog stick. I've been hearing people complain about the rubber peeling off of the PlayStation 4. I haven't come across it. And I do like that the PlayStation 4 controllers seem to have more torque in the analog sticks, where they work as good, if not sometimes better, than the 360. And I've been more of I played PlayStation more than I ever have Xbox. I had the PlayStation 1, then went on the PlayStation 2. And I've always been a late adopter of the Microsoft systems. I don't have any now because I traded my shit in for, I traded my original Xbox, and I traded my original Xbox for Xbox 360, and then I traded 360 for a PlayStation 3, and then I bought another 360 so I could play the exclusive I missed out on. And then I traded my Xbox 360 towards a PlayStation 4. Now I don't have any Microsoft systems. I only have Sony and Nintendo. I have a Wii. I've had a Wii. The Wii was originally, like when I lived at my mom's house, like the family system, but since I'm really the only one that plays video games, I took it with me when I moved because nobody else played it, so... And it works, it functions as a GameCube and as a Wii, so... And there are some good games on Wii, just not that many. And I have all Nintendo's handhelds, because if one thing that Nintendo does, which I hope they never quit doing, if they quit making consoles, whatever, the one thing that they do well are handheld systems, so... And I don't think people really bring that up that too much. They always like pick on like the Wii U or whatever, and that's fine. I don't think a lot of people play it. I forgot to get the other stuff, so I'm probably gonna die because I was talking about the Wii U. But I think Nintendo makes the best handheld systems, and I think Nintendo's suited for just sticking with handheld systems. If they want to make something for consoles. They should be like Sega, developed for consoles and then make their exclusives like on their handheld system.
You're the one leaving in a body bag.
Like, I like the PlayStation and Vita. It's really powerful. And I like the PSP, but just the vast library and quirky games on the DS and Game Boy systems. Like, it's just, I feel like after the Super Nintendo, that's where Nintendo is pretty much like the best, where they excelled the most at. Sorry if my speech is all cluttered. Again, I'm like tired and loaded on vast amounts of caffeine and coffee. It's ridiculous. I'm probably going to get my ass handed to me because I forgot to get all that other shit. This does look a lot better than the Wii version. And I haven't played the Wii version in years, and it's that much of an improvement. There is quite a bit of screen tearing, at least during this part. I didn't really notice it during gameplay. Maybe you eagle-eyed viewers will notice it more than I. I'm sorry, but his sword looks like it would break my little wannabe lightsaber in half. Shit. I hope I'm doing this right. Sorry I'm not talking all that much. I'm just trying to pay attention. I don't know if this is going to get more difficult or not, but I remember having a harder time playing against them on the Wii. I don't know if they changed the controller or what. Maybe this is where it gets harder. Oh, I know what's happening. My little beam doesn't have a thing on it. And I'm probably gonna get stabbed now. Come on. Yeah, this was a huger pain in the ass with the damn Wii controls. I remember being somewhat frustrated. Unless the Wii was on a harder default difficulty. But this is the first boss or whatever. But the game continues to be easy or whatever, where it's it's not fun, I'll put it on a more difficult difficulty. Yeah, on the Wii, I died so many times. I never beat that guy on the first try. Either the motion controls or make this game more difficult, and it might have been because I was moving the controller too fast and the Wii wasn't picking it up, or playing with the controller is better. I personally like playing with the controller, that way I can enjoy the story, because like I said, the actual level design and everything has been done, but I like the style and the quirky, bizarre nature of the story. And I like how when he saves the game, he takes a dump. And I wonder if I can go back in that room. No, she's waiting there. Probably won't have a chance. Or will I? Do I gotta talk to her? You're gonna at least guide me where I'm supposed to go? Punch that treasure chest. Yeah, give me that heart. Oh, that exclamation point broke me out of my sense of realism. Kinda proud I did that. Call me a gore hound, but the more blood in the game, the better. I don't know why. I don't know what that says about me and my psychological stability. I should have said the more blood in video games, the better, not in real life. That would suck. Forgot I'm posting this on YouTube. Everything I said is going to be critiqued. But I don't know why. I just think it adds to it. Like, even if you were playing a Disney game, I think I would enjoy it more if it had blood in it.
The association cannot do.
And if I refuse?
As the 10th ranked assassin, you are now a target for those who want to replace you. Anytime, anywhere. Number 11.
I like how they get dissolved in the goo.
Ready to put a knife in your eye.
So what you're telling me is that I gotta continue fighting. There's no way out of this. You set me up, bitch.
Quit your bitching and get
He's like complaining. I believe his name's like Travis Touchdown. I think that's his name. If this is the right game.
Okay, how about this?
I'm like, if you have a fucking amazing name like that, I mean, you just shouldn't bitch. You should be awesome.
Come on, just once.
I'm on the list. And looking at all those stars, I don't know how it's recording on this video, but they're kind of hard to look at. The resolution is so sharp. I like this tune. Yep, Travis Touchdown's his name. I remembered that for some reason. Whoa! I think that just tested my epilepsy threshold. I don't think I suffer from it at all. It would suck if I did. I know people that have it. That must be a terrible thing. Well, yes, I would like to save. Best saving screen ever by pooping. That toilet paper that they just covered the game with, I don't know if you see the texture, but it looks a little coarse. Apparently Travis Touchdown likes to get the value brand. I'm sure his asshole doesn't appreciate it all that much. I really shouldn't be talking about video game characters' assholes now that I'm thinking about it in retrospect. I'm sorry guys about that. Seriously, the toilet paper has the texture of what appears to be duct tape.
Am I ready? Anytime. Gotcha.
It looks like he went to the hardware store and just made that. Travis Touchdown is pretty crafty if that's the case. Alright, this video is going to be super long, but in between these levels, it's actually open-ended like a sandbox game. You actually have to do chores and random mini games like on the open world map before you go on to the next level to slowly rank up on your assassin meter. But this is No More Heroes. I believe it's Heroes Paradise. It's whatever No More Heroes games on PlayStation 3. Highly recommended over the Wii version. It's a shame No More Heroes 2 didn't come out on the PlayStation 3. I was kind of hoping it did, but I definitely check it out if you want a quirky game that doesn't necessarily play like anything else, especially with a controller, because it's made for motion controls. I try to play with a DualShock if you want to know the honest truth. I think it makes the game easier. I haven't played it with the Move. I imagine the Move is more accurate, but I don't have the Move, so I cannot tell you. But if you hear a review that says it requires the Move, that's incorrect. You can play exclusively with the DualShock controller, and the only a movement with the controller that you need to do is shake the controller to recharge your little lightsaber weapon, or whatever the fuck he calls it. I'm sure they can't call it lightsaber because Disney and Lucasfilm would probably sue the shit out of Konami or whoever's publishing this game. I think it says Konami, but I think Sega originally published this game and its sequel. I don't know, but thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, could you please, if you wouldn't mind, to like and leave a comment, positive or negative, so we can have that whole community thing going on. And if you're new to this channel and you like this video, feel free to check out the others, and if you'd like to see more and get like little updates on our YouTube page whenever I post, feel free to subscribe, because that would be awesome, because that makes me know that more people are watching my channel, and I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm providing content that people actually want to watch. Alright guys, thank you so much for supporting the channel, whether it's watching, leaving comments, subscribing, whatever. Appreciate it, and thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you on the next video. Take care. Bye.